Midas is back in Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 2 Lawless. And this is after 1 year, where last year in Chapter 5 Season 2 Myths and Mortals, Midas escaped from the underworld thanks to Kado Fawn, and then reunited with his shadow crew, who then set off from the Chapter 5 island using the Marigold yacht. And that was the last we saw of Midas until now, where exactly 1 year later, Midas is back, and he's now known as Outlaw Midas with a new cowboy-like attire. But why is Midas back? How is he back? And what is he doing on the Fortnite Chapter 6 island? We've got a lot to talk about in this video, as Midas is actually a very crucial character this season. But before I explain why, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. And why not join my Fortnite Discord server? The link is down in the description below. But with all of that said, let's get into today's video. Now, Outlaw Midas is the secret skin for this current season, making him, besides Remix, the first epic original secret skin that Epic has added ever since Chapter 4 Season 3, where in that season we got Paradise Meowscles. And then 2 years later, right now, we have Outlaw Midas as the secret skin for Chapter 6 Season 2, which I think is honestly really cool. If you are unaware of what people mean by secret skin, it's basically that one skin that comes with the battle pass that you can only unlock midway through the season, and you unlock them and their cosmetics by doing quests or by gaining XP. Now, Midas has come back with much longer hair and honestly looks more badass. And Midas also seems to have his hand back, as last chapter it was chopped off by Kado Fawn, leaving his daughter Jules to build Midas a prosthetic arm, which still has the ability of the Golden Touch. But in Chapter 6 Season 2, Midas's hand has seemed to grown back, which honestly doesn't make like the most of sense, as this is the same Midas, and that is actually confirmed by dialogue that I'll get into in a bit. But maybe Midas took his hand back from Eclipsed Estate and stitched it back on, or Epic just completely forgot that Midas had a prosthetic hand. But honestly, who knows and who cares? It may have just grown back somehow. But yeah, as said, Midas is back with a new cowboy gunslinger style, which really shows him off as a true outlaw, as that is what Midas is now, who is actually very wanted in Crime City and overall in the crime area. And this is obviously because of the other crimes he's been doing alongside with the other outlaws on the island against Fletcher Kane, who is the big bad villain of this season, and Fletcher, also known as the Baron, literally owns the entire new Season 2 biome. And Fletcher Kane is the villain of this season because he was really greedy towards the citizens of Crime City, taking literally all of their money by tax, which caused them to become outlaws. And these outlaws plus the loopers now steal from Fletcher Kane, giving him a taste of his own medicine. Now, Midas actually used to be very good friends with Fletcher Kane, but once Fletcher took over the crime area and became really greedy, Midas grew against him, which turned him into an outlaw. And this all happened before he came to Oninoshima, as said by the Goldie NPC at Bird. But this NPC isn't there anymore for obvious reasons. Now, where was Midas for this last year, and how did he arrive to the Chapter 6 island? Well, the answer to that is we have no clue. Like, Epic have barely mentioned his return, but we do know that he came to the Chapter 6 island alongside with Brutus, as he is now on the Chapter 6 island. But why did Midas come here? Well, to explain, we have to go through the latest storyline quests, which are called Wanted Midas, where we started off by completing a shadow briefing to earn Midas's trust. But he actually decides to trust us when we open a rare outlaw chest, proving to him that we are a true outlaw. But then the next two quests that Midas make us do are very interesting. First, he makes us equip the sensor backpack and scan mysterious energy signatures around the Alpha statue, and we get this sensor backpack from a crater that looks very much like a Star Wars one. And well, believe it or not, this is a Star Wars related prop, as this box was used in the Chapter 2 Season 1 Star Wars event. So this could be hinting Chapter 6 Season 3 as a Star Wars season, again, but let me talk about that in another video. But yeah, with this center backpack, we scan mysterious magic 0-point energy around the statue. The exact same energy we once saw in Night Shift Forest. However, we then come across the same magic energy, but it's located right on top of the destroyed Spirit Realm gate, the one that Dago used. Speaking of Dago, Midas then makes us steal a specific mask-making book from Dago's hideout in Masked Meadows, and Midas thinks all of this is fascinating. We then report back to the Outlaw Midas, who is at the black market near Seaport, where he just spits out, "Yes, it's true. I'm looking for the 0-point shard." A lot of people are looking for it actually. Baron, Kane, Jones, Hope, Dago, if he really is still alive. I won't deny that I have my own private intentions, but right now, I think we're aligned in purpose. But we need to find the 0-point shard before Kane and Dago. They'll fritter its power away on small-minded ideas. And if it means working with Jones and Hope, so be it, but it's imperative we stop the wolf and his mask maker first. So yeah, Midas just revealed that he came to the Chapter 6 island looking for the 0-point shard. But when he saw his very old friend Fletcher Kane on the island, Midas became an outlaw, who would then lead a mini-group of outlaws because Midas needs to get rid of the Baron before he retrieves the 0 shard, and he's actually working with Hope and Jones in this. But Hope doesn't know whether to trust Midas, as she was told stories of him back on the Chapter 5 island. Everyone said not to trust Midas. But even though she's skeptical, they are all still working together in this season. Now, when you ask Midas about uniting the outlaws, he'll say, "Oh, it's not an altruism. Believe me, these people can decide what's best for them just fine. And these criminals don't want to be governed, least of all by me. But we have a singular aligned goal: get Kane out of everyone's way. It's a tenuous, temporary alliance, but if we can pull this off, everyone wins. Isn't that nice? Yes, that is very nice, Midas. And it would be very ideal to get rid of Fletcher Kane. Also, speaking of Fletcher Kane, when talking to Midas about Fletcher Kane, he'll say, "We are old acquaintances." And yes, he's always been a pompous blowhard. Even when the Baron had nothing, he believed the world belonged to him. But I've always been one step ahead of him, and I suspect he's taken that personally over the years. Well, it can't be helped. Robber Kings can either be the best or yield to the best, and Kane will yield. So yeah, these outlaws really want to beat the living to Fletcher Kane, and fair enough. And if you kind of think about it, Outlaw Midas is kind of the protagonist of this season, forming alliances with outlaws to stop the Baron. And after he's defeated the Baron, he is going to retrieve the 0 shard, or should I say shards, as Jones believes there's more than one. But yeah, that's why Midas came back for the 0-point shard that is currently stuck in the Spirit Realm. And Midas is going to have to work with Hope and Jones and other loopers around the island to try and get it. As remember, we are all a team this season, all trying to neutralize Fletcher Kane and help retrieve the 0 shard. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the secret dialogues with Midas's NPC. If you go up to him with Jules, he will say, "I meant to write, I'm sorry," which is fair enough. Jules deserves an apology after everything. Go up to him with Brutus and he'll say, "I'm so grateful for your loyalty, old friend." With Meowscles, Midas will scratch his ear, which is pretty cute. And this one's deep. Go up to Midas with Marigold, he'll say, "I don't know another woman across reality who'd break me out of the underworld like you did." Like, that's a bold line. And finally, if you go up to him with Cassidy Quinn, he'll say, "Have you been telling people you're my protege?" That's bold. And if you guys didn't know, Cassidy Quinn is actually a massive fan of Midas. So that is honestly all really cool. But yeah, as this season progresses, we are of course going to see much more of Midas and what he's actually going to do against the Baron. And we'll also see him trying to find the 0-point shard alongside with Hope and Jones. So yeah, this will all be interesting. But either way, thank you all so much for watching the video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like the video and subscribe subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and why not join my Discord server? The link is down in the description below.